Presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are Wisconsin.
From PNC Park in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Game 3 of this four-game series between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Saw a little bit of everything last night. Martin Maldonado with 3 hits, including one that has everyone talking. Some very impressive defense late. Mark Reynolds and the Pirates talking to themselves, especially in the 9th inning. 2 highlight reel plays as the Brewers able to close out a 2-run victory. Thanks for joining us here on Fox Sports Wisconsin. He's Bill Schroeder. I'm Matt LePay, sitting in for Brian Anderson, getting ready for his national work. We'll be hearing from Sophia Minute throughout the night as well. Well, we did see a little bit of everything last night, but really, with all the talk with Maldonado, and understandably so, Mark Reynolds, with his work with the glove in the 9th inning, was terrific.
Yeah, that's been such a big surprise for Mark Reynolds. You know, you talk about Mark Reynolds and you think about what he does on the baseball field. It's all about the power that he provides offensively. He made an error early in the ball game to cost a run, but he saved the game last night with 2 great plays at first base. Those 2 balls get down the line. The Pirates probably win that ball game. He doesn't have the offense of the numbers to show for it, the batting average, but he's starting to really swing the bat well, seeing it well. When he starts going to the opposite field, you know Mark Reynolds is locked in.
It was quite the ball game last night. The Brewers, despite committing 4 errors, able to win the game. Who knows what we're going to see tonight? Let's find out together. The Brewers and Pirates, Game 3 out of 4, coming up on Fox Sports Wisconsin. Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards. By Miller Lite, now in the original can. It's Miller time. By Toyota, let's go places. And by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Brewers and Pirates, game 3 of 4 here at PNC Park in Pittsburgh. Another nice night for baseball. Split the first 2 games of this series. Ron Rennecke's team trying to make it 2 in a row here tonight against the Buccos. And here's how the Brewers will line them up. Brought to you by Associated Bank. Carlos Gomez, Gene Segura, and Ryan Braun at the top of the order. Aramis Ramirez hitting cleanup, followed by Jonathan Lucroy and Chris Davis. Mark Reynolds, talking about him a lot, and with reason, Ricky Weeks in the starting lineup tonight. And on the mound is Matt Garza. And this batting order will face Wandy Rodriguez.
Yeah, the Brewers have seen plenty of Wandy Rodriguez. 26 career starts against the Brewers. Has a 10-10 record. He's off to a rough start this year. Winless with a 731 earned run average. His last 2 starts, he's given up 10 earned runs in 10 innings of work. Traded to the Pirates back in 2012 at the trading deadline. And here's how Clint Herter lines up defensively behind Rodriguez tonight, brought to you by Menard. Got Marte, McCutchen, and Tabata from left to right. Alvarez, Clint Barmas, Neil Walker, and Ike Davis, newly acquired Ike Davis in a trade in yesterday's ball game. He will man first base tonight, and Russell Martin behind home plate.
And there is the new acquisition, Ike Davis, over from the New York Mets. Provides power, not a lot of average, but when he's on his game, he can go deep. Here are your umpires for tonight. Jim Reynolds calling balls and strikes. The crew chief is Fielding Colbreth. Second base umpire Manny Gonzalez, and Sean Barber over at third as we are ready to roll. And another nice night for baseball. It was a little breezy earlier in the day, but it looks like it's backed off, and another comfortable evening. And Carlos Gomez gets things started with a fly ball to right, and it is routine. And Jose Tabata with the catch, and we are underway in Pittsburgh.
Rodriguez has had decent success against the Brewers. He was 2-1 last year in 3 starts, 1 at Miller Park, 2 right here. And oddly enough, all 3 of his starts last year against the Brewers was against Giovanni Gallardo.
And tonight he will match up with Matt Garza. Gene Segura stepping in. Had a hit last night as Rodriguez works him inside for ball 1. And a ground ball to second. Neil Walker, 2 up, 2 down in the first.
Rodriguez relies on a high fastball. He's got a pretty good curveball, big breaking curveball. When he's able to throw that for strikes, he's usually going to have a pretty good day, an occasional changeup. And Rodriguez has never been afraid to pitch inside.
Someone who last year had to battle some injury problems. A forearm issue forced him to shut down his season in early June, and it opened the door for Garrett Cole, who ended up having a very, very good year. Half a year, whatever you want to call it, with the Pirates last year. But the bad news was Rodriguez went down. The good news is Cole stepped up big for the Pirates.
Yeah, Rodriguez only made 12 starts last year for Pittsburgh.
35 years old. And a 1-1 count to Ryan Braun. It was hit in the air, right field toward the line, and Tabata will handle it, and the Brewers are retired in order. We're underway in Pittsburgh. No score. Top of the first, and now Clint Hurdle wants to use National League Manager of the Year. Led his team to the postseason a year ago, ending that 20-year drought. And here's his lineup tonight. Starling Marte, Russell Martin, and Andrew McCutchen are 1, 2, 3. Middle of the order, Pedro Alvarez, as you can see, has had some success against Garza. Jose Tabata and the newest Pirate, Ike Davis. Bottom of the order, Neil Walker, Clint Marmus, and Wandy Rodriguez. And they face the right-hander for the Brewers, Matt Garza.
Also winless, just like Rodriguez, 0-2, but a pretty good 3.43 earned run average. Last time out against the Cardinals, 4 earned runs in 7 innings. Took 102 pitches to get through it, and making start number 6 against the Pirates in his career. Right now 1-2 against Pittsburgh, and here's the Menards Brewers defense. One change defensively. Ricky Weeks gets his first start in this series. It's been Scooter Gennett at second base. Jonathan Lucroy got yesterday off, and he will be hanging the signs for Matt Garza tonight.
Mentioned Garza in the record, but it's notable that in the 2 decisions that he has both losses, the Brewers were shut out. 1-0 against Atlanta, 4-0 against the St. Louis Cardinals. A few days ago at Miller Park. Starling Marte will lead things off for the Pirates, bottom half of the first inning. Marte 1 for 4 last night with a walk, and he started that crazy night reaching on an error on a mishandled pop-up that after was first ruled a hit, and then a couple of innings later was rightfully reversed to an error in the collision between first baseman Mark Reynolds and the third baseman Aramis Ramirez. Marte then stole second and went to third on an overthrow from Martin Maldonado. And that was just a taste of things to come in what was a crazy night of baseball, but a good night because the Brewers able to come back and get the victory.
All the defensive problems were wiped away for the most part with good pitching by Kyle Loesch. 4 errors, but only 2 unearned runs crossing home plate. Loesch, another great start for the Brewers.
Yeah, it really was working out of jams, and that was a big storyline as well. A lot of other topics that are very popular to discuss, Martin Maldonado most notably, but there was some big-time pitching and pressure situations in that ball game. 1-2 to Starling Marte. Russell Martin and Andrew McCutchen will follow. Just getting started here in Pittsburgh. Game 3 of this 4-game weekend series. And the count is 2-2.
Marte off to a very slow start so far this year. Really has not been able to get on base that much. He's got a .265 batting average, but most of the outs that he's made are strikeouts, and that's the last thing you want to see out of your leadoff hitter.
26 times he has gone down on strikes this season. When he gets on, he's dangerous. The Brewers have found that out firsthand in this series.
Yeah, he'll steal second and third. You don't watch him.
He has 6 stolen bases in 7 tries already. And that is strike 3 called, so that's the 27th time already this season that Marte takes the turn back to the dugout.
Garza's had pretty good command of his fastball. Sometimes his breaking pitch can be a little bit shaky. That one catching plenty of the plate. Not sure what Marte is looking for. High enough and had the plate. So a good start to the night for Matt Garza. He's shown a pretty good curveball as the game has gone on in each of his first 3 starts.
Russell Martin, the catcher, in that 2 spot again, as a couple days ago Clint Hurdle tweaking his lineup, getting Martin up a little higher in the lineup. Had a couple of hits and a couple of runs batted in last night. He was enjoying a good series, as you can see. 2 balls, no strikes.
That is good a number 2 hitter as you can find. Not afraid to take pitches. He'll work the count a little bit and use his right field extremely well.
This is a team, the Pirates, still trying to find their way offensively, get more consistency.
They've got to manufacture runs. I mean, they hit a ton of homers, and when they hit home runs, they win. When they don't, they have a tough time plating runs.
Which was one thing the Brewers were unable to do on Thursday, is keep the ball in the ballpark, as the Pirates went deep 4 times. They were quiet last night and left a ton of runners on base. Here's the 2-1. It's hit in the air, and Reynolds going over, and he will run out of room.
Man, not a lot of room over there in foul territory in this ballpark, which helps the hitter. Of course, that's just about it that helps the hitter in this park, except for right field. This is a big ballpark, and you have to smoke a ball to get it out of here.
Which Carlos Gomez did last night, was he launched one to dead center and cleared with a lot of room to spare. The 2-2 to Martin. Full count. We mentioned through the years Rodriguez has seen an awful lot of the Brewers, but Garza not so much. The Pirates, his 6th start in his career against Pittsburgh. Here's the 3-2. And down goes Martin. So Matt Garza with a couple of strikeouts to get things going.
And a little cut on it that time. Looked like a good pitch to hit that he got to the hitting zone. A little bit away from Martin. Check it out. You see it right there. And perfectly located down in the strike zone. Back-to-back strikeouts.
And now he will square off against the National League MVP from 2013, Andrew McCutchen. Had a hit, walked twice last night. First pitch swing and a line drive to center, but Gomez is right there, and the Pirates are retired in order. We are through one. No score in Pittsburgh.
Turn to Miller Park this Monday through Wednesday to take on the Padres in San Diego's only trip to Milwaukee of 2014. Call 414-902-4000 or visit Brewers.com for tickets.
Middle of the order for the Brewers in the top half of the second. Ramirez, Lucroy, and Davis. Ramos Ramirez continues to be the best in baseball with runners in scoring position. 11 for 15 coming into the ball game.
A lot of those 2-out hits. He has come up big a number of occasions for the Brewers late in games.
A .358 batting average. 14 runs driven in. Two and two. Ramos walk 0 for 2 last night. Homered twice on the season. 1 for 6 in this series. and he's out on strikes. First strikeout of the night for Wandy Rodriguez.
And backed up that slow curveball with a fastball middle in, and Ramos a little bit behind it. Rodriguez will speed the bat up with fastballs right there, fastballs in, then slow it down with that big curveball.
Rodriguez now getting ready to face Jonathan Lucroy, who had last night off. It was Maldonado getting all the headlines. Martin Maldonado Hobbs. Lucroy went 2 for 3 on Thursday. He takes a strike.
You know, not only do you never see that, knocking the cover off a ball in a game, you never see it in batting practice.
That's a great point. We were talking earlier.
Even when my father was throwing me batting practice in the sandlots, and we would use the same ball for a whole summer. And to get wet, it'd dry out. I mean, these things barely had covers on. You never saw a ball, come out of its cover. That just doesn't happen.
Only in the movies.
Yeah. Never see it again. Or at least you think.
Well, when Bob Uecker said he had never seen it, that pretty much, you hear from players or anybody say, well, if he hasn't seen it, then how in the world would you expect us to see it?
It hadn't been done, probably.
Nope.
You just feel bad for Alvarez. What's he supposed to do with the baseball with half a cover?
2-strike pitch, and Lucroy sends one into right center field. That's going to find the gap. Lucroy takes the turn at first on his way to second, and that is a stand-up double for the Brewers catcher.
And Lucroy is really swinging the bat well. A couple of nights ago, a couple of hits, a walk, a line out to right, and starts off tonight doing what he does best, taking a pitch away from him. This one up in the zone and drives it over the head of Tabata. He's got good speed, and we're playing Lucroy very deep.
So Jonathan Lucroy gets things started the right way for the Brewers in the second, or actually one out, and then he doubles. Ramirez struck out to start this frame, and then Jonathan with the double. And Chris Davis rips one fair and down the line. Bangs off the side wall. Lucroy turns third. He will score, and the Brewers take a 1-0 lead.
Not messing around, are they? First pitch curveball to Chris Davis, and he tucked that one inside that third baseline like he knew it was coming. I mean, ordinarily that's a pretty good pitch. I mean, a first pitch curveball to get ahead in the count. And Davis takes a swing at it, pitches up, and he hammers it down the line just inside the bag. And the Brewers take a 1-0 lead. Brewers not messing around against Rodriguez, going early in the count.
Davis comes in hitting .371 on the road, and he goes to work right away in his first at bat tonight. Mark Reynolds takes ball one.
Rodriguez got to be thinking, you got to be kidding me. A first pitch curveball and this fastball hitter, and Davis turns it around. Of course, it wasn't a very good one. It was up.
Pitch to Reynolds. It's popped up in the infield, and it'll be the first baseman Ike Davis with the catch. 2 men out. Ricky Weeks getting his 5th start of the season, his 11th game overall.
It's been difficult for Ricky to get playing time. Scooter Jeanette's been playing so well defensively, swinging the bat. And Ricky finally getting his start against a lefty. The Brewers haven't seen many.
Here you see the numbers for Ricky, but as Rock said, that's tough when your playing time is limited. Tough to get into any kind of a rhythm, obviously. And Ricky gets the opportunity tonight. And he has fared well against the Pirates left-hander.
Brewers saw some lefties early in the season, a little earlier in the season, but they were pretty good ones if you think about it. John Lester, Cliff Lee. That's tough duty right there when you're not playing every day.
That's when watching you guys from home and saying, hey, he gets his chance. Good luck to you.
Right,
facing the lefties he goes up against.
Some of the best in the business. But you got to figure out a way to get it done. And if you do that, you might get some more playing time.
The 1-0 to Weeks. And that's a bouncer to third. Alvarez the scoop. The play is at second. Side retired. When we come back, Sophia Minnick will tell us a little bit more about Matt Garza. The intensity, the competitiveness, the fire of the Brewers right-hander. We'll hear more about him from Sophia Minnick when we continue.
PNC Park, and when Matt Garza joined the Brewers as a free agent, he came in saying he wanted to be known as a great teammate, a guy who was passionate about the game, worked hard, and had a lot of fun doing that, and he's certainly made that impression upon his teammates here early in the season. They've described him as being loud, energetic, a lot of personality. Marco Estrada told me that even when he's on the mound pitching, he can hear Matt Garza chirping from the dugout, whether it's to the hitters or to him on the mound, and he said he's one of those guys that is so difficult to face, but you love having him on your team.
All right, Sophia, thanks much. Yeah, that was an acquisition that seemed to catch the baseball world by surprise. Matt Garza's coming to Milwaukee.
Yep, turned that rotation from a good one into a very good one, and it's proven out so far this year.
Garza will face the middle of the Pirates order in the bottom half of the second. Chris Davis run-scoring single brought Lucroy around from second after Jonathan had a one-out double. That's where we are, 1-0 Brewers in the bottom of inning number 2. Pedro Alvarez had a tough night last night, hitless in 5 trips. Stranded 8 runners. Get an idea of the Brewers and their ability to pitch out of jams last night. We had Kyle Loesch going into the bullpen in the later innings.
And it came up in a big spot late in the game with the bases loaded. Now, you don't want to mess around with him too often. You get too many men on base in front of Pedro Alvarez, he's going to make you pay sooner or later.
Alvarez found out firsthand the ability of Mark Reynolds in that 9th inning. As he and Neil Walker back to back hit a couple of ropes. Reynolds was able to make the play on. Here's a fly ball to left, and Chris Davis will squeeze it. 1 up and 1 down.
And Mark Reynolds said that ball hit him right in the wrist. I mean, barely got any glove on it. Able to knock it down and get to first base.
I'm sure one of the most popular questions, or most asked questions of Doug Melvin, manager Ron Renicky in the offseason, who's going to play first? What are you going to do about the position? The answers have been pretty positive here so far.
Big upgrade so far.
Jose Tabata to the plate. He was 0 for 3 last night. But again, and not a ton of at-bats in his career, but he's had some success in facing Garza.
Tabata has had good numbers against the Brewers. I know that Matt Garza, those numbers that Tabata has against him, not with the Brewers, of course. Most of that coming probably last year with the Cubs.
Garza was good in his time with the Cubs a year ago. There's a fly ball hit back into right center field. Ryan Braun calls for it. 2 men out. And now the new Pirate, Ike Davis. Pirates made the move yesterday to the New York Mets in exchange for minor league pitcher Zach Thornton and a player to be named. Davis, one of those players who won't hit for average most of the time, but he can hit for power. A couple of years ago with the Mets, he hit just .227, but went deep 32 times and drove in 90.
And that's what the Pirates are looking for out of their first baseman. You got Gabby Sanchez. They replaced Ishikawa today with Ike Davis. And the Pirates made another move with their catchers.
Got Chris Stewart, who had right knee surgery about a month ago. A rehab assignment. Now he is back up with the big club from the New York Yankees. That's where he last was before being traded to Pittsburgh in December. And a couple of years ago with the Yankees, he was Russell Martin's primary backup. So same song, different location. Good to see what Ike Davis has done. We mentioned that big power year in 2012. Limited playing time for the Mets. Davis's name had been floating around for quite a while. It's trade bait, if you will. He played in 12 games, 208 average with the Mets this season.
Yeah, there was some talk in the offseason about the Brewers acquiring Ike Davis, but it didn't amount to anything.
Here's the 1-2. And that will fall fair down the left field line. Davis turns first. Again, the bounce off the side wall. And Ike Davis in his first Pirates at bat with a stand-up double.
Not a bad pitch by Garza either. Ike Davis just slices it down the line. I can't think of a better way to break in with a new ball club and in front of the home crowd. Slicing a double down the line. Pitch was in on him and just able to pull the hands in enough to tuck it inside the left field line.
Neil Walker. He was the last out last night. And that line shot to Reynolds that he was able to gather off the rebound off of his wrist.
Yeah, Pirates hit the balls hard last night off of Francisco Rodriguez, but fortunately for Milwaukee, right at the fenders.
Walker comes in 0 for his last 12. He was hit by a pitch last night, but he has been hitless in his last 12 trips.
Which is why Clint Hurdle dropped him in batting order. Trying to find some offense that comes from something other than a home run. There's Clint Hurdle trying to find a batting order that's going to be consistent and get something done.
Yeah, Walker, another one of those guys with a low average, but has the capability of going deep. To see what the 5 home runs. There's a base hit to center. Davis rounds third. He's going to score, and this game is tied at 1. Neil Walker with an RBI single. And the Pirates come right back after surrendering a run in the top half of the inning.
Nice easy stroke and a fastball out away from. There it is on the corner, and Walker stays back nicely and hits it hard up the middle into center field. So back-to-back 2-out hits, and the Pirates tie it up.
Clint Barmas was 0 for 2 last night. Came in the ball game when Jordy Mercer hurt his ankle on a slide from Martin Maldonado. And a fly ball toward the line and right. Ryan Braun is there. Inning over. Pirates get a run on 2 hits. We are through 2 innings. Tied at 1.
Third inning, and tonight's time of the game winner, Tracy Ray's LLC in the Racine. If they call the Brewers in the next 24 hours, they get 40 Miller Lite beer pen tickets to a Brewers home game. This offer courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite.
Matt Garza leads off the third inning for the Brewers. And looking for his first hit this year. And a little nubber along the line at third. Rodriguez will take it. And it's out number one. Let's check in with Sophia.
Matt, Wisconsin sports fans, make sure you stay up to date with all the latest events around the area. From your favorite hometown teams to the Fox Sports Wisconsin girls, we've got you covered. Log on to foxsportswisconsin.com and click on the More tab for information.
All right, Sophie, thank you much. Back to the top of the order, Carlos Gomez. Had an active night last night. A couple of hits, a long home run, struck out 3 times, and snapped the bat over his knee.
And went home with a win here at Pittsburgh, more importantly, right?
Absolutely.
I think I'd take that for a night at the plate.
That's not bad.
I'd take
2
3
for 5.
punch outs with 2 hits and a home run.
400 average, go home.
Right.
2 strikes to nothing to the Brewers center fielder, and that is strike 3 called.
Right at the bottom of the strike zone. Again, inside corner to the right-handed hitter. Juan Rodriguez not afraid to go in there. And hitter beware, he's going to come in there all night. Just right at the bottom of the strike zone. Looked like a good call.
Gene Segura. The ground ball to second, his first trip. That's it in the air, left center field. That's going to find the gap, and that's off the base of the wall. Segura with a stand-up double. Well struck near the deepest part of the yard. Gene Segura with a 2-out double.
Man, talking about tomahawking a fastball, number 3 on the year for Segura. Supposed to be away. Watch where it ends up. Down the middle, about belt high, and Segura doesn't miss it. That is a long way out there. That's a home run in a lot of ballparks. Look at it, 410 off the base of the fence.
Ryan Braun with an RBI opportunity. He has 10 ribbies coming into the game. Segura at second with 2 men out. Braun laces one down the line, but foul and out of play. He jumped on it.
After a while, these Brewer hitters are going to go up there looking with that fastball in. You could tell Braun was. Rodriguez gave it to him, just couldn't keep it fair. Yep, inside. Braun pops the hips and hits it hard.
One and one. Ryan with 3 homers. He has driven in 10. Trying to pick up Segura here in inning number 3. Rodriguez wants a new set of signs. Braun down 1-2. Our home run leaderboard brought to you by the Wisconsin Lottery. Ryan comes into the game with 3 home runs along with Mark Reynolds. Carlos Gomez leads the way with 5.
Brewers haven't hit all that many, not like you would expect, but they're still 12-5. That's good news.
A broken bat roller to third. Alvarez now has Segura caught in a rundown. The flip to Neil Walker, and Segura trying to Duck under the low bridge, and he did. He got back. He ducked under the tag, and the Brewers have runners at first and second.
Well, Clint Hurdle is certainly going to want to look at this one, perhaps. He's coming out. He's going to get his video guy to look at it, give him the thumbs up or thumbs down. And second base umpire Manny Gonzalez says he missed him. And Segura takes off. And here we go. Did he tag him or not? I'm not sure. I mean, he got him with the hand, but that doesn't count. The ball's in the glove.
Yeah, on first look, I'm thinking that's going to be call stands.
This is a heck of a move by Segura right here. Wow. No, that ball's in the glove. He doesn't even come close to him.
And they will not challenge.
Yeah, why would you? I mean, that's not even close. That angle, you can't tell if he touched him, but the other one, you can see the glove never got close. And it was the bare hand that got him, but the ball wasn't in it. That's got to be an error, doesn't it? Maybe fielder's choice, I'm not sure.
As they sort that out, we should remind you that this telecast is the only one. The Pirates here in Pittsburgh are being trumped, by the Pittsburgh Penguins. Here's Aramis Ramirez with a base hit back up the middle. Segura turning third. He's in, and the Brewers regain the lead.
Yeah, there's another one of those base hits with a man in scoring position and 2 outs for Aramis Ramirez. So the bad defensive play by Pittsburgh that comes around to cost Wandy Rodriguez a run. That guy's been something else. Neil Walker's still shaking his head, figuring how that happened, but that was a pretty good move by Segura.
It was. He's ducking under the tag attempt and keeps the inning alive and gives Ramirez the opportunity, and he is now 12 for 16 with runners in scoring position.
You've seen a bunch of those kind of moves by Segura at Camp Randall, haven't you?
I have. I think I used a little pet football term there, ducking under a low bridge, just getting under the traffic.
Yeah.
And that was what Gene Segura did.
Little shake and bake.
Little James White move for all you Badger football fans. Outstanding tailback.
There you go.
I better explain it.
Nice.
I know. Not everybody watching.
I got it.
James, a very, very good tailback, getting himself ready for the NFL draft, and that'll be the end of the Badger references now.
Oh, why?
I don't want to wear you guys out.
Come on.
Oh, okay.
In context with that play, it makes sense.
Absolutely.
And I brought it up.
One and one the count to Jonathan Lucroy, who doubled and scored in the second. Two balls, one strike to Jonathan Lucroy. Another beautiful night for baseball in a beautiful city. This ballpark gives you this very view.
It's not often you're better off being high up in this stadium than you would be down low. You don't get that view down below. This is a beautiful view beyond the right center field fence.
Clemente Bridge. Mazeroski way behind us as Lucroy goes down the line. A fair ball into the corner. One run is in. And Jonathan Lucroy with an RBI double. Ramirez to third, make it 3-1 Brewers.
Well, Brewers jumping all over that mistake by Neil Walker. The non-tag of Gene Segura, the athleticism of Segura has essentially got the Brewers 2 runs in this inning. You know, back-to-back 2-out RBI base hits. A single by Ramirez and now a double by Lucroy down the line. Lucroy's swinging the bat well tonight. A double to right, now a double to left. And an easy decision for Ed Cedar to hold up Aramis Ramirez at third base.
And a conference on the mound is Ray Searage, the pitching coach, trying to settle down his starter. The Brewers have jumped on Wandy Rodriguez, who retired the Brewers in order in the first, but Ron Renick's team with a run in the second and 2 in the third, and they're not done yet. Chris Davis had an RBI single in that second inning. Brewers bats showing signs of coming back alive. It was a tough start early last night, but they put a 3-spot up in the 4th inning after trailing by 2 early last evening against the Pirates.
10 hits last night.
One and one to Davis. Ramirez over at third and Lucroy at second.
And big shifts. Look at Neil Walker right up the middle. They're bunching him in the outfield, giving him both lines.
Strike 2 called. Interesting they're giving him that space. Brewers have shot a few down the line here, that left field line specifically.
And he's not very deep out there in left.
Davis stays in there. Imagine what Ramirez has done with runners in scoring position. The Brewers off to a good start collectively in that category here tonight. 3 for 4. And this is right back to the box. Rodriguez out of further trouble. A good inning for the Brewers. Gene Segura gets things started with a double and then a ducking under the tag attempt from Neil Walker. And that creates the opportunity for the Brewers. They have the early lead. Back from PNC Park in Pittsburgh, our Carsoup.com trivia question. Who's the only player to ever hit a walk-off home run in Game 7 of a World Series? Game 7 of a World Series.
And there he is, immortalized in a statue.
And we'll give you that hint. Three to 1 Brewers. They get a couple of runs in the top half of the third. Wandy Rodriguez will lead things off. He is a 132 career hitter. Garza starts him with a strike. Pirates have their one run. That happened in the second inning. Double for Mike Davis. Neil Walker brought him home. It's a bouncer over the mound. Segura behind the bag. Got him. Out number 1. Let's check in with Sophia Minnaert.
Matt, America's News Sports Network is the place to turn before every slam, every goal, and every game with America's Pregame, only on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. You can tune in to America's Pregame weekdays at 5 p.m. Central, only on Fox Sports 1. To find Fox Sports 1 on your cable satellite provider, you can go to foxsports1.com. Now, pitching coach Rich Kranich said he just wants Matt Garza to go out there and be aggressive from the start. He said no secret. That is his style. He said it's key for him to get ahead early in the count, something he wasn't able to do in his last start against the Cardinals. So what have you guys seen from him early tonight?
Well, he's certainly attacking the strike zone with his fastball. He hasn't thrown too many off-speed pitches yet. Trying to get through the first time through the batting order with the number one. He's been doing a pretty good job of that, locating pretty well. It's about the time he starts breaking out that curveball.
Marte, one of Garza's 2 strikeout victims. Garza got Marte and Martin back to back in the bottom of the first. It's a hot smash. Ramirez right there. 2 outs. Russell Martin will stroll to the plate. Two men out with the bases empty. And the Brewers showing some early offense here tonight.
They're picking up right where they left off last night. I mean, 10 hits. You're talking about 5 runs and much better defense tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, the Brewers winning last night despite the 4 errors. It's the 18th time in franchise history that the Brewers have been able to win despite 4 miscues. Brian Michalajik providing us with that nugget of knowledge.
That's a lot of wins with that many errors.
It is.
Must be big offense for the crew in those games.
It's the first time they've done it since 2005, July of 05 at St. Louis. And our own Bill Schroeder, the Rock, was a part of a couple of those wins back in the 80s. Here's a ground ball to we'll pick up on that.
How many errors did I have?
None. None. Fox Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by Piggly Wiggly, the official supermarket of Fox Sports Wisconsin. By Marshfield Clinic, don't just live, shine. And by First Supply, the preferred distributor of professional contractors since 1897. Top of the 4th we go. 3-1 Brewers. 1 in the 2nd. Tack on 2 more in the 3rd. 7, 8, and 9 coming up for Ron Renicki's team. Mark Reynolds, Ricky Weeks, and Matt Garza. Brewers with 5 hits already against Wandy Rodriguez. Reynolds popped to first baseman Ike Davis in the second. It's interesting. We're talking a lot about Mark Reynolds. He's hitting about 200 and change, but he's shown the power as he has for a number of years. And there's his defensive work.
He's starting to swing the bat better than that 200 batting average would tell you, but he's never going to be a guy that's going to hit for a high average. A run producer and hits a lot of home runs.
This is hit in the air, right center field, and it is gone. Mark Reynolds with his 4th of the year, right on cue, Rock, and it's 4-1 Milwaukee.
Yeah, that's what he said. I mean, it's no surprise. That's what Mark Reynolds does. And the thing that you like about what he's doing right now is using right field. A base hit yesterday to right field. This one a bomb into right center. That's not the surprising thing about Mark Reynolds. What's surprising to most, but not those that know him, has been his defense. Home run number 4 for the season, our Powerball home run count for Reynolds, and no cheapie to right center.
Let's go down to Sophia with more.
Well, Matt and Rock, when you talk about Mark Reynolds' power, it started right here in Pittsburgh. He told me just before batting practice today that he hit his first career home run here in Pittsburgh in 2007 as a 22-year-old rookie. He was with the Diamondbacks, and, well, he hit that home run off of current Brewer Tom Gorsolani when he was with the Pirates. So he said he had some fun with him at spring training, saying, I'm going to bring that ball in for him and have him sign it for me.
Salt in the wound, huh? When he's going right, he can carry you for a while. I mean, that's pretty good power for a guy hitting that number 7 spot. I mean, that's what you like about this Brewers lineup. Up and down, they can take you out of the yard. And you have to earn them in this ballpark, particularly to the opposite field.
And there wasn't a whole lot of doubt that was going to have the distance.
Oh, just such a nice, easy swing that he put on that baseball. Not overswing, didn't try and pull it, obviously, and let the ball get to him, and he just jumps off his bat.
4th homer for Reynolds. He has driven in 7. Gives his team a 3-run lead in the top of the 4th. 2 strikes and nothing to Ricky Weeks. Mentioned his limited playing time. Weeks. This is only his 23rd at bat in 2014.
Difficult to stay sharp, particularly for a guy that has spent his whole career as an everyday player. Big adjustment for him late in his career.
That's it in the air, but out of play down the right field line. Oh, I've always heard, and again, I'm the newbie here, but just following this team as a fan, that Weeks is one of those guys who people just respect. Walks into the clubhouse.
Yeah, he's one of the leaders, but it's tough to be a leader when you're not playing every day. He's a gamer. There's no question about that. I don't think there's a tougher guy mentally in baseball. And he's been on the disabled list quite a bit with a number of very serious injuries.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And Ricky hanging in there. A leadoff homer here in the 4th from Mark Reynolds. As the Brewers have scored now in each of the last 3 innings after being retired in order in the 1st. Weeks is battling.
Pretty good pitch to hit right there. A curveball was up in his eyes. I'd like to have that one back. Ron Renicky happy with his platoon, if you want to call it that, with Jeanette and Weeks and Overbay and Reynolds. Well, Overbay is due to come back tomorrow.
Weeks with a fly ball, and this too will carry out a play. After you have been away from the Brewers here in Brewers news the last couple of days, Lyle Overbay, his wife Sarah giving birth to their 5th child, their 4th son earlier this week, Eddie Christian. So Lyle back with his family.
And today is day 3 of that paternity leave that you get, 3 days. Which means the Brewers are probably going to have to make a move. Elian Herrera brought up when he left the team.
Ricky Weeks draws the walk. A 12-pitch at bat for Ricky Weeks. And he is the base runner at first.
And that was a nice job. He was behind in the count quickly, 0-2. Rodriguez tried to nibble, tried to get him to chase. He didn't do it, and drew a walk. And that's a tough thing to do when you're not playing every day. Be patient enough to take close pitches.
Matt Garza in a bunting situation. And he bunts through it. Actually got a piece of it. He has laid down 1 sacrifice bunt so far this year. This is his 4th start.
And this time the Brewers finally getting him some runs.
Which they did not do at all in the 2 decisions that have gone against Matt. Brewers were shut out by the Braves 1-0, and by the Cardinals just a few days ago 4-0. Garza again squares around, and did he pull back? Nope, he did not. 0-2. You mentioned Elian Herrera last night, and a couple of seconds ago. How about that catch he made last night?
Yeah,
out of left, a rolling catch, and if he doesn't make it, it's probably at least a triple. There's a runner aboard in a 2-run game, and not out of the question. Out of the realm of possibility that had he not gotten that, it might have gone all the way around and tied the game.
In a game where the Brewers should have lost the game early, they ended up winning it with defense.
And Garza will foul off with 2 strikes, so he's out. 1 away here in the 4th. Pursuit.com trivia question. The only player to ever hit a walk-off home run in Game 7 of the World Series, of course, Bill Mazeroski back in 1960. And still one of the most bizarre World Series ever. 7 games when the Yankees won, they won by double digits 3 times. But Bill Mazeroski with the walk-off as the Pirates crushed him by 1.
With Yogi Berra watching the baseball fly over the left field fence. Most people remember Yogi as a catcher, obviously. Didn't know he played a little bit of left field. Remember Joe Carter's home run off of Mitch Williams. But that was game 6. Yeah, that was a walk-off World Series winning home run.
Carlos Gomez was flied to right and struck out looking. There you see the career profile of Bill Mazeroski. Ralph Terry served it up. Hall of Famer. A big part of the proud history of this franchise.
Growing up as a young kid, you're swinging a bat in the backyard saying to yourself, I'm going to win the World Series with a home run. And he did it.
He had a chance to live the dream.
That's right.
One of those moments that will last forever for everybody but a Yankees fan, which covers probably 98% of the rest of the world. Right?
Yeah, a lot of people, right?
Weeks on at first. 1 out and a 2-1 count to Gomez. Weeks is running. Pitch is bounced to third. Alvarez makes the play. Weeks retired. And Ricky Weeks moves on to second.
Hey, next Sunday, April 27th, all fans at Miller Park to see the Brewers host the division rival Cubs. We'll get a Carlos Gomez Gold Glove bobblehead courtesy of U.S. Cellular. For tickets, call 414-902-4000 or visit Brewers.com today.
So Gomez bounces to Alvarez at third with 2 men out. Ricky Weeks at second for Gene Segura. Doubled and scored into third. Did a great job on a bouncer the left side of the infield. Pedro Alvarez just tried, instead of making the throw to first, got Segura hung up in a rundown, and on the flip to Neil Walker, Segura was able to duck under the tag and start a big inning. A fly ball hit out to right. Jose Tabata with the catch, and that'll do it for the Brewers, but they pick up a run courtesy of Mark Reynolds, who goes deep for the 4th time this season. We are through 3.5 with the Brewers leading the Pirates 4-1. The Community Achievers Award will recognize residents throughout Wisconsin each month during the season for displaying extraordinary efforts in their community. All adults and school-age children throughout Wisconsin are eligible to take part in the Community Achievers Program. Nominate at brewers.com/community. Always fun to see Brewer fans, and they travel well. A number of them here in Pittsburgh for this weekend series. So far, so good tonight. 4-1. The good guys. Bottom of the 4th we go.
Ran into a bunch of them after the game last night, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Having some fun.
Very generous group of folks.
They were. If there's one thing we love, it's being around generous folks.
Right, you are.
First thing they taught me in broadcasting school: if it's free, it's for me, and I'll take 3.
That's everybody, right?
Yep. Andrew McCutchen, 1-1. I've got all the legends of this Pirates team through the years. You are looking at the face of the franchise, and Andrew McCutchen.
Yeah, excellent player. I mean, he does everything well. He hits for power, he can run, he can throw. Very patient at the plate.
lot of talk around here. What's already a very good outfield could possibly get even better at some point, perhaps this season. Gregory Polanco, describe him as a 5-tool player, one of the top prospects in baseball. The outfield's pretty good right now.
Yeah, it is, with Marte out there, top it out when he's healthy and swinging the bat well. You know Marte's going to get it going at some point. Clinton Hurdle would love to get more consistency with the offense. He's got good pitching. The defense, for the most part, has been good for the last year plus. They've got a little bit of speed. They got Russell Martin to cut down any attempted base stealing against him, which has really been a problem for him over the years.
2-2 to McCutchen. I think it's safe to say that Hurdle has established himself as one of the top managers in the game. Look at his resume.
Took the Rockies to the World Series.
Took the Pirates to the postseason a year ago. After a whole lot of years of not getting there and not even close.
He's got a lot of confidence in his ball club, and they have bought into his style. He's got them believing in themselves, which is the biggest hurdle to get over, no pun intended.
Well said. Works that gum with the best of them.
Yes, he does.
The 3-2. We'll do it again. Talking about prospects, Hurdle is a very highly regarded prospect. Cover boy, right? Sports Illustrated.
Yes, he was. Yep. High draft choice. Bonus baby. Had a good career.
They did. Sometimes it's nearly impossible, or maybe it is impossible, to live up to all the hype. In this game a long time. Andrew McCutchen, for the 15th time this season, has drawn a walk. Leads the league in that category.
And Garza had him down in the count early. And just would not bite. Fouled off some tough pitches and leads the league. Top 3 in the National League Central.
Pedro Alvarez. A fly ball to Chris Davis in left, back in the second. He left a lot of runners stranded last night. Brewers were playing with fire with this guy, but they were able to keep him quiet. And an 0-for-5 evening.
And 3 of those at bats came with runners in scoring position, and he's got to make one mistake on this big guy and get him right back in his ball game.
He's 6-for-14 in his career against Garza. That out in front, 0-2.
Brewers have been trying to backdoor breaking pitches to him with success, and once they got ahead of him, they've been throwing a high fastball, but you have to have something behind it. Garza has plenty behind it to do it. Let's see if they elevate the fastball here.
1-2. Andrew McCutchen on at first, drawing a leadoff walk. Garza out in front, 1-2. Hot smash, Weeks bobbles it, it's thrown. Pedro Alvarez reaches, that'll be an error. Charge to Ricky Weeks.
Should have been a double play, an easy double play, but ball went right through Weeks. An E4, and the Brewers are in trouble here in the 4th inning. I mean, that's about as room service a double play as there is. Keep that ball in the glove.
There's the first error of the night. So this team got away with it last evening. Ron Renicky saying, let's not go there again. Jose Tabata. Sky to right in the second. And this is hit. Ramirez trying to back in, and it goes through him. Here comes McCutchen, and the Pirates pull within 2.
Now that could very well go down as a base hit. That would have been a nice play for Ramirez. A play that he makes most of the time. So an error by Ricky, and one that gets by Ramirez. And that should have been caught too. That should be an error. Wasn't hit as hard as I thought originally. They haven't scored it yet. Doesn't matter because a run across with nobody out.
So the Pirates cut the Brewers lead in half now. It's 4-2 Milwaukee. Actually not in half. It was 3 to 2.
Now they gave him a base hit.
Yeah. All right. So it's an RBI single for Jose Tabata. And Ike Davis doubled back in the second. Two balls, no strikes. The new member of this Pirates franchise, Ike Davis.
Inning should be over, essentially.
It should.
All extra pitches. Garza in trouble.
Now runners at first and second with nobody out and a run in. Two and two.
Best fastball of the night for Garza at 94. Got in on his hands that time.
Davis settling back in. Troy has to go down and block it for appeal. Davis holding up. Full count.
Davis will strike out, so you wonder if Clint Hurdle is going to send the runners. Alvarez not great speed. He's at second base.
The 3-2 pitch, and the bases are loaded. Second walk given up in the inning for Matt Garza. And the Pirates have a major opportunity in the bottom of the fourth. And Rick Kranich is going to take a trip to the mound.
Minimizing the damage is something that Garza has been able to do for the most part this year. He's in big trouble here.
A walk, an error, a base hit that perhaps could have been handled, but ruled a hit, and then another walk. That's the mess the Brewers are in now. Bases loaded with nobody out. Walker with a run-scoring single to center in inning number 2. And brought Davis around. Let's see how Matt Garza handles this. Good start.
Good start with a slider right there. Cutter, slider, whatever you want to call it. To get ahead in the count.
He was a dangerous man with the bases full. Neil Walker. He has 5 homers this season.
Last time up, Garza gave him a fastball out away from him. He hit it hard into center. That last fastball right in on his hands. Let's see if he goes back again. He needs to get the ball down. Get a grounder.
The 2-strike pitch. Kranitz looking on. A 1-2 count to the Pirates' second baseman. Clint Barnes waiting on deck. Little bloop into right field. Braun charging, makes the catch. Runner tags and holds as Braun showing that arm on a fairly shallow fly ball. Bases stay loaded. 1 out.
Nice job by Garza to get in on his hands. He threw 2 pitches, 2 fastballs right in on the inside corner. He got ahead of Walker with a slider. A good pitch going up there looking fastball. There's that first fastball. Then after a slider, he tried to get him to chase. Able to bust him inside and an easy fly ball to Braun. And no chance the Pirates are going to test that arm.
Garza's 1/3 of the way through this jam. Barnes skied to right. His first trip in inning number 2. He's cleared the bags once in his career in situations just like this. Here comes the 1-0.
Pretty good pitch right there on the corner. Well, he's got to come in now. Got a good chance to get out of this mess. 8 and 9 hitters. And Barnes has got him 2-0.
Base hit to center. Alvarez is in. Here comes Tabata. The throw to third. Not even close. And that'll allow Barnes to move to second. And we're tied at 4.
Yeah, Brewers are breaking down defensively. I'm not sure why Carlos threw that ball to third base. I mean, that wasn't even close. No chance at third. And what that does, that puts Barnes at second. No chance for a double play. And another man in scoring position. A 2-0 fastball right down the middle. Carlos has a long way to go. He goes to third. No chance at all at third base. And Barnes, because of the throw into third, gets into second.
So this game is tied. Mike Davis standing at third. Clint Barnes at second. 2-run hit for Barnes.
Garza forced to come down the middle on the fastball. 2-0 hitter. Yeah, a pinch hitter already. How about this? Clint Barnes is going for the offense.
Travis Snyder. So a rather short night of work for Wandy Rodriguez as Snyder at the plate. Glenn Hurdle thinking he has a big inning at hand. It's already been pretty good. They've scored 3 times in the 4th.
Yeah, that is a quick look.
Sure was.
4th inning.
Snyder has made his 1 pinch hit count in 2 trips.
Of course, Rodriguez hasn't been real sharp tonight, giving up runs in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th innings. Clint Hurdle, as we talked about, looking for offense, has a chance, and he's going for it.
So Rodriguez gives up 4 runs on 6 hits in his 4 innings of work. Pitch to Snyder is in for a strike.
And he's got a no decision. Can't get a win, can't get a loss. And the Brewers with their infield in.
Ike Davis at third and Barmes at second. A 1-2 count to Travis Snider. Pirates have scored these 3 runs on just 2 hits, an error and a couple of walks. And only 1 out. Snider, base hit to center. It scores 1. Here's the throw to the plate, cut off by Reynolds. 6-4 Pittsburgh. 2-run single. 2-run pinch hit single for Travis Snider. And this is a 5-run inning for the Pirates.
Now just continues to get behind in the count and having to make a good pitch. Leaked that one over the heart of the plate, and Snider bangs it right back into center field. So you start the inning up by 3, a walk and error, a misplay at third, another walk, and the Pirates with a 5-run inning.
The 8th man to hit in this inning, Starling Marte. The Brewers give up a 3-run lead here in the 4th.
And there's only 1 out.
And Rob Wooten taking off the jacket. He's going to be getting loose in the Brewers bullpen. Marte lays down a bunt. Ramirez bare hands, and the throw is not in time. Pirates on a roll offensively. Runners at first and second, still only 1 out.
Yeah, you can't drop it down any better than that. It's kind of where Marte is right now, not really swinging the bat all that well, so drops down the bunt. Ramirez was behind the bag and just not able to get enough on the throw to get him. And the beat goes on here in the 4th.
Pirates will bat around. 9th man up here in the 4th, the catcher Russell Martin. Saw that graphic. Nearly half of the pitches thrown by Garza been delivered here in the inning. Here's a ground ball to short. They turn the double play. 6-4-3. And that ends the damage, but a 5-run 4th inning for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Couple of walks, an error. The Brewers are now down by 2. hashtag WIS fan photo for a chance to have it shown in an upcoming game broadcast. Brought to you by AT&T. Well, the Pirates put up a 5 spot in the 4th. New pitcher on the mound for the Pirates, Brian Morris.
Yeah, Brian Morris came in and finished the game. First game of this series on Thursday, a scoreless inning. Fastball slider for Morris, 7th game this year. He's been opportunistic, to say the least, out of the bullpen. 2-0 and a 129 earned run average. Has not walked about it.
Ryan Braun will get things started as the Brewers are forced to play catch-up baseball for actually the 3rd time, but they were able to get it done last night. After trailing by 2 early, they are now down 2 in the top of the 5th. A strike to Ryan Braun. Fly to right, hit into a fielder's choice. That was when Segura was hung up between 2nd and 3rd, but Gene was able to duck under a Neil Walker tag attempt, get back to 2nd. This will roll, stay fair. It does, yes sir. It hugged the line. Alvarez thinking it would roll foul. That was really the only play he had, but maybe 8 times, 9 times out of 10 it will roll foul.
Looked like that ball was foul for a little bit. Check it out. Watch it roll. Does it? Nope, it never does. It hugs the lip of the grass down there, and Alvarez has no choice, picks it up, and I don't think they had a play anyway, even had he come in and grabbed it. Talk about your swinging bunt.
How about that? Aramis Ramirez. In the 3rd inning, he did what he does better than anybody in the game right now, and that's deliver with a runner in scoring position. RBI single to center.
And the first of 2 such hits in the 3rd inning by the Brewers.
Jonathan Lucroy delivering as well. Ramirez a swing and a miss.
And 96 with some sink on it. Good pitch.
Tough to go down and get that.
Yeah, that's a pretty good pitch.
Ryan Morris with a 1-1. And Martin blocked it, but then he couldn't find it. It trickles behind him, and Braun is able to advance.
They tried to backhand it, and off the heel of the glove. And now you take away that double play possibility. Fastball in the dirt. Hits the back of the umpire, and take away that double play, and a man in scoring position.
So the Brewers trying to answer the Pirates' big inning. And Braun reached into the little streak that Morris had going. He had retired the first hitter face in all 6 of his appearances coming into this matchup tonight.
And that makes your inning a lot easier, doesn't it, when you retire that first hitter.
Two balls, 1 strike to Aramis Ramirez with a runner in scoring position. Two and two. The Brewers have scored in each of the last 3 innings. A run in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, and 1 in the 4th, and threatening here in the 5th.
Something tells me this is not going to end 6-4. There's some crazy offense in this game tonight.
And this is chopped to 3rd, charging Alvarez, and he will throw out Aramis Ramirez. Out number 1 as Braun moves to 3rd.
Yeah, realized that he had to catch that one on the first hop. If it took that second hop, it would have been more difficult. but Braun able to advance to third base. He's charging hard and is able to correct himself. He sets himself and makes a good throw to first.
Jonathan Lucroy to the plate with one out, and Ryan Braun on at third. There's a chopper towards short. Barmes up throwing. Lucroy retired, but Ryan Braun is in. So give Lucroy his second RBI of the night. And the Brewers are within one.
So a swinging bunt by Braun, a wild pitch, and a couple of outs. The Brewers able to manufacture a run. There you go.
Rock, you speak the truth.
I told you it wasn't going to be 6-4, right?
You did.
I say that with a man at second and nobody out.
You really reached for that one, didn't you?
Really going out on the limb.
Chris Davis. Run scoring single in the second. Also hit a comebacker to the mound to Rodriguez. 1-1.
Marsh has a good arm. 96 with a fastball. He just threw a slider at 90. You don't see many sliders at that velocity, 90 miles an hour.
Appeared in 55 games a year ago. But this year made his first career appearance on a Major League opening day roster.
Yep, and Davis not able to hold up.
It's the winning pitcher on opening day.
Actually got the win in that suspended game against the Reds. A 2-day game.
That's right.
All the home runs, he got the win.
Well, you and Brian Anderson talked about it. Well, there were all those home runs in the game. It was an 8-7 ball game. 10 long balls in that game.
Yeah.
That has 15-13 written all over it.
And just about every one of them solo shots.
We wish BA all the best. His national work gets rolling tomorrow.
Yeah, little hoops.
NBA playoff action. Actually, a fair amount of it. For a multi-talented guy, Brian Anderson. Just keeping the chair warm here for a little period of time, and then he will be back soon. There's a ground ball to short. Click. Barmes is there. And that'll do it for the Brewers, but they get a run back. And they're now down 6-5. as you can see, have been showing some offense, scoring in each of the last 4 innings, but the Pirates sending 9 men to the plate in the 4th. They have the lead. Matt Garza, you see his night. It was a busy 4th inning. He served up a couple of walks. An error charge to Ricky Weeks. The Pirates are able to make Matt Garza and the Brewers pay, but see if Matt settles down now, as Andrew McCutchen, who led off the 4th, will do the same thing in the 5th. McCutchen started the 4th with a walk and eventually scored. McCutchen with just the 1 homer so far this season. That happened on Thursday night.
They got off to a slow start, but starting to see the ball much better. He's drawing the walks.
This is hit in the air, shallow center. Weeks will make the play.
Anytime, it seems like anytime you get that guy out, you feel fortunate.
Take a deep breath, right?
I mean, he's just such a good hitter. I mean, he knows what he's doing up there at the plate. You hate to see him come up with men on base. You hate to see him lead off innings. And when you're playing the Pirates and you're trying to get through the bat, you always know where he's coming up in an inning. And you base how you pitch other guys, on where he's coming up.
You just hold your breath, because a guy like him can get red hot right now. So you exhale, he's retired, and here comes Pedro Alvarez.
36 home runs last year.
There's a fly ball hit back in the left. Chris Davis has room at the track. 2 men out.
Matt Garza looking for a quick inning.
Jose Tabata with 2 outs and the base is empty. Let's see. Early return's good. See if Garza has settled down after that tough 4th. One and one. Tabata's run scoring single in the 4th, his 3rd RBI of the year. Same 2 teams tomorrow. Series finale, Marco Estrada and Garrett Cole. There's a ground ball in the hole. Segura, the diving stop, up throwing, and not in time and wide of the bag. That'll be an infield single for Jose Tabata.
Tabata stayed back on a curveball and out of the reach of Segura. Segura did the best he could to get up and make a throw, but Tabata runs pretty well.
Let's check in with Sophia Minnaert.
Matt, we check in on our minor league report. And we check in with Jason Rogers, who is with the Huntsville Stars. Last night, a great night for him at the plate. 2 for 5, a double, a run, 2 RBIs. And look at those season numbers. Off to a good start, 278 average and a 350 on base percentage. The Stars win that one, big score, 13-0.
Thank you very much, Sophia. Ike Davis, a base hit to left center. Chris Davis over to cut it off. Ike Davis, the big turn. Runners on the corners as Tabata moves to 3rd.
And Pirates picked up a run in the 2nd inning with 2 outs and nobody on. And now back-to-back hits, and Neil Walker coming to the plate. Every time he's been up, Neil Walker has been with a man in scoring position. Ike Davis serving that one out into the gap and left. And any problems out there on the throw in, and I think Nick Leyva sends Tabata. He thought about it, and he saw the throw was good into second base.
So after retiring McCutchen and Alvarez, Jose Tabata reaches on an infield single, and Ike Davis dumps a single in the left center. Neil Walker, as Rock mentioned, has been up with RBI opportunities, and he did drive in a run in inning number 2. Fly to right in the 4th. Garza trying to keep this deficit at 1 for the Brewers. Walker with the 1 hit in 2 trips, now 1 for his last 14.
Pretty much straight away, except for Segura, a little bit up the middle. Straight away in the outfield.
Two and 1 to Neil Walker. Pirates with a run in the 2nd. Put 5 on the board in the 4th, and here they are again threatening in the bottom of the 5th. And that's ball 4 to Neil Walker, and again the bases are loaded.
Yeah, quickly it turns around, doesn't it?
Man.
An infield hit for Tabata, and then Davis was his 2nd hit. Bases loaded once again for Garza, and that pitch count is starting to climb. Getting in dangerous territory in inning number 5.
Rob Wooten up throwing in the Brewers bullpen. Clint Barmas with the bases full. And a 2-run single to center his last trip. In the air to right, and that will carry out a play.
Remember last time Barmas was up, he was up with a 2-0 count and the bases loaded. Hammered one out into center field. This time Garza's able to get ahead of him.
One and 1 to the veteran shortstop. It's his 4th start of the season. The Pirates have won in each of the first 3 games he was in the starting lineup. Came in last night when Jordy Mercer was banged up on a slide from Martin Maldonado.
Yeah, Barmas swings the bat better than Mercer, but Mercer the better of the 2 defensively.
One and 2 the count. Mercer tried to play through it, but it was obvious he could not run very well, and then they went ahead and made the move last evening with Barmas coming in.
A tough position to play with a bad ankle. That was a good slider from Garza, had him out in front.
1 and 2 the count. Lucroy has to go down and get it.
Nice job blocking it. Well, it's a 2-2 count. This is the pitch he wants to get it done on. You don't want to go 3 and 2. Give those base runners a head start.
A 1-run Pirates lead. Brewers trying to keep that deficit at 1. And the count is full. runners will be on the move.
And just trying to make too good of pitches to the number 8 hitter. He's down in that 8th spot for a reason.
Here we go. Full count, bases loaded in the 5th. Bouncing ball to third. Ramirez. Inning over. A threat, but no more as Matt Garza works out of it. And through 5 at PNC Park. A 1-run lead for the Pirates. By Miller Lite, tomorrow's matchup here at PNC Park. Marco Estrada on the mound for the Brewers against Garrett Cole. One of the outstanding young talents in this game. He emerged when Wandy Rodriguez was shut down.
He started out really well last year and ended up 10-7, a .322 earned run average. And Marco Estrada has been brilliant in his first 3 starts.
Get it rolling at high noon tomorrow. First pitch, 12:35, right here on Fox Sports Wisconsin. Mark Reynolds in the top of the 6th. He homered his last at bat in inning number 4. His 4th long ball of the year.
A bit of a contrast in styles in tomorrow's pitching matchup. Change-up specialist and a guy that can light up the radar gun.
And Marco Estrada likes facing the Pirates. Go by those numbers.
Yeah. Well, once again, the Pirates a very good fastball hitting ball club. We saw Loesch have success against them, and Mark with that change-up, and it's a good matchup.
Two balls, 1 strike to Reynolds. 7, 8, and 9 in the Brewers order. Reynolds, Weeks, and Garza. Garza scheduled. Newton has been warming up in the Brewers bullpen. Two and two.
Probably have to see how the inning's going. If Ron Renicky feels he's always got something cooking, he might go to a pinch hitter. I'm sure he'd like to get another inning out of Garza.
Pitching has been very good for Ron Renicky's team here in this month of April.
Couldn't ask for a better start out on the mound, could you?
No.
I mean, these guys have been outstanding so far. A 263 team earned run average. That's not a bad start to the season.
That's not bad at all.
And that includes an 11-run game the Pirates put on them on Thursday.
Only the Braves and the A's have better numbers. The pitching staff. Reynolds draws a leadoff walk. Yeah, Kyle Loesch was awfully good last night. Talked again. I don't want to been beating a dead horse here, the 4-error night, but Loesch's ability to work out of trouble. And that was a big-time effort for the Brewers starting pitcher.
Yeah, what Kyle Loesch is able to do when the pressure's on and everything's all excited on the bases. I mean, hitters come up and they're looking to swing the bat hard. Loesch kind of takes a little bit off. I mean, he doesn't try and throw hard. He mixes his off-speed pitches in, and as a result, he has success.
Ricky Weeks, the hitter.
And that's a tough thing for a pitcher to learn. And it took a while for him to learn it.
Jeff Bianchi on deck. Weeks had a 12-pitch at-bat in the fourth. Was able to work Rodriguez for a walk. The one-strike pitch. Holds up. Count evens 1-1. The Brewers have scored in 4 straight innings. 1 in the second, 2 in the third. Single runs in innings 4 and 5. Mark Reynolds drawing a leadoff walk. And Ricky Weeks at the plate. To short. And that's room service. 6-3 double play.
Try to pull a pitch away from him, and that's ordinarily what happens. You hit a ground ball, this time up the middle, and Barmes didn't need any help. He made the play himself. Pitch away from Ricky. About as easy as it gets.
Jeff Bianchi in the pinch hit for Matt Garza. So Matt goes 5 innings. Gives up 6 runs on 8 hits.
Yeah, rough start for Garza. Didn't get much help from his offense or his defense in that 4th inning.
5 of the runs earned, walked 3, struck out 2. As Bianchi swings and fouls. This is his 6th appearance in a game this season. He started twice. Once against the Braves and one time at Fenway Park against the Red Sox. Made the opening day roster for the first time in his career. And that's pounded up the line at third, and Alvarez unable to make a play, and Jeff Bianchi, the runner at first.
That ball just doesn't roll foul here, does it? It seems like it's sloped the other way to keep things fair. I'm not sure if that's the case, but it seems like it. I mean, most ballparks, that ball is just going to kick foul. It just stays right on the seam, and another infield hit for the Brewers, and Bianchi on with 2 outs. That's a big play now. You get Gomez up. Always a threat to hit the ball out of the ballpark.
I think Pedro Alvarez might be about to write a complaint. Two balls that rolled along the line, and last night trying to throw a ball with the cover torn off.
Right. File a grievance.
Gomez swings and hits one in the air to left field. Marte is there, and that'll do it for the Brewers in inning number 6. Bottom of the 6th we go. The Pirates leading 6-5. Promised earlier in the game, we have the AT&T fan photo of the game. Tweet your photo to #FanPhoto for a chance to be shown in an upcoming game broadcast brought to you by AT&T Stash. Featured. Nice looking photo there.
Yeah. You always look good when you're up against one of the Clements Racing sausages.
New pitcher on the mound for the Brewers, Rob Wooten.
Yeah, took the loss to the Pirates on Thursday, and a third of an inning came in a tie game, gave up 3 runs. He gave up a 2-run homer. That was to Josh Harrison late in the ball game. Look at the battle back here tonight.
And a pinch hitter for the Pirates, Jordy Mercer. Legend had to leave the game last evening, but available for his manager, and he's had a pretty good series. So Rob Wooten on in relief of Matt Garza. 5 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, walked 3, and struck out 2. One and one.
Yeah, Wooten, very good numbers in brief appearances down in the minor leagues. He was the closer at Nashville and racked up 3 saves. 3 for 3 in save opportunities for Wooten. No word on Brandon Kinsler, who went on the disabled list. That's who Wooten replaced on the roster.
Let's get more on Brandon Kinsler from Sophia Minutes.
Earlier today, a chance to catch up with Kinsler earlier today. He threw a bullpen yesterday, right around 20 pitches, said he's been feeling stronger every day. He will throw a full bullpen on Monday as Carlos Gomez makes the out there. He will throw a full bullpen on Monday and will throw a simulated game on Wednesday. So Monday and Wednesdays, the days to watch for Kinsler. If there are no issues, he is hoping to make a return on Friday.
I guess there is word on Kinsler. I stand corrected. Well done, Sophia.
You set her up. That's all.
Just trying to help.
Yeah.
But he is on the 15-day disabled list, and the Brewers are hoping it's only going to be 15 days because he had a tremendous season last year, off to a good start this year.
Top of the order, Marte. One and one the count. Marte a bunt single in the 4th. He was also struck out and grounded to 3rd. Rob Wooten on in relief of Matt Garza.
Marte upset with himself. He had a pretty good pitch to hit right there. That was a hanger. Down the middle of the plate, up in the zone, and that's kind of where he is right now. That's why he bunted his last time up. I mean, that's straight down the middle of the plate, and he missed it.
A ball, 2 strikes. And that is strike 3 called. Marte out on strikes for the 2nd time tonight.
This looks like he's caught in between everything. Guessing with 2 strikes, dangerous. Hey, head to Miller Park next weekend to cheer the Brewers on as the Chicago Cubs make the trip north on I-94 to battle the Brew Crew. That's the rivals' first meeting of 2014. For tickets, call 414-902-4000 or visit Brewers.com.
Russell Martin at the plate. Cubbies getting a win today at Wrigley Field against the Reds, 8-4. Red second baseman Brandon Phillips was in the lineup today. They pulled him yesterday. Had some back spasms, some back issues, but he was right back in there today.
Yeah, how about that?
He got better.
That's a big break for Cincinnati. You can't be without that guy too long.
Russell Martin was the last man to hit in a 5-run fourth inning for the Pirates. They were able to bat around, but he grounded into a 6-4-3 double play. Pirates catcher digs back in. And a full count. Brewers enter the game with a 12-5 record. It is the best in baseball. They share that honor along with the Oakland A's. That is off the foot of Wooten. He can't locate it, and after the kick save, that's all he gets out of it, and Martin is on.
And it's been tough for the Brewers to get that 3-up, 3-down inning. Seems like you get 2 outs, and then the Pirates get something going. That one right off the heel. You hope he's going to be all right. Can't find it. Base hit for Russell Martin.
And Martin reaches for the first time tonight. Andrew McCutchen. He's hitless, but he has drawn a walk and scored. Part of that 5-run fourth. Leads the league in walks. He has drawn 15. Wooten trying to keep his team close. Brewers led 4-1 through 3.5 innings, but the Pirates had that big home fourth. Now Wooten just trying to keep his team within striking distance. Fly ball to right. Ryan Braun going back at the track, reaches up, and it's off the wall. Russell Martin rounds third, heads for home. He is in. McCutchen at second, and the Pirates have a 2-run lead.
I just can't get that third out in this game. The Brewers have had a tough time with that 3-up, 3-down inning. Infield hit, now a double by McCutchen on the slider that it looked as though McCutchen thought he hit out of the ballpark. Braun goes back. He had actually a little bit more room to go back. I think he mistimed his leap. Wasn't sure where he was. If he got up against the wall and jumped up, he catches it. And that'll go down as a double off the wall, and Russell Martin able to score with 2 outs.
10th RBI of the year for Andrew McCutchen. A 7-5 ball game. Pedro Alvarez.
Yeah, Brawny had another step. He could have gone back. Had he done that, that would have been a relatively easy catch. Just not sure how close he was to that fence.
But instead, McCutchen ends up at second. Russell Martin came around to score. Alvarez tried to check his swing, but he is unsuccessful. Strike 2 call. got him swinging. Alvarez down on strikes, but the Pirates score a run. They move to the 7th. Pittsburgh up by 2. Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. The Wisconsin Lottery reminding you to please play responsibly. And by Miller Lite. It's not just a good time, it's Miller time. 7-5 Pirates. Here's tonight's Jimmy John's freaky fast delivery of the game. We go back to the 3rd inning. Gene Segura. Pedro Alvarez, instead of throwing to first, got Segura in a rundown, and Gene making a little bit like a running back there, but instead of avoiding the tackle, he avoids the tag attempt from Neil Walker.
Yeah, Walker tags with the bare hand and doesn't get him with the glove. The glove had the ball in it. Tony Watson takes over after 2 pretty good innings by Brian Morris out of the bullpen. And Watson, game number 8 so far this year. Great numbers. 1 walk, 9 punch outs for Watson in 5 1/3 innings. This guy's got a big arm.
Gene Segura leads things off. Wendy's at the plate. That double he eventually scored in the 3rd. That was a 2-run 3rd inning for the Brewers as they jump to a 4-1 lead, but Pirates with 5 in the 4th, 1 more in the 6th. And Brewers now find themselves down 7-5. Segura squares away but bunts it foul. Watson over his last 6 appearances, 5 1/3 innings, has recorded 9 strikeouts. 1-2 to Segura. Segura, Braun, and Ramirez for Milwaukee in the top half of the 7th.
That's a good fastball by Watson. He's got a slider. He's thrown a changeup to Segura in this at bat. 2 lefties down there that can bring it pretty good. Justin Wilson, the other.
Yeah, Wilson worked a scoreless 9th last night, and he was allowed just 1 run over his first 6 appearances. Back to the mound, and this is out number 1. Fans catch every strikeout, every game ender, and every history-making moment on MLB Whip Around. Weeknights at 9 Central on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. One out for Ryan Braun. Base is empty. Braun has scored twice. Reached on a fielder's choice. And an infield hit in the 5th. Big swing and a miss.
Pulled the string on him a little bit. Had Braun out in front. An 87-mile-an-hour changeup. That's
yeah.
That's cooking pretty good. You don't see many that hard, but it's all about, the speed relative to the fastball.
Braun, hard hit, left center field, and that will be gone. A home run. A line shot over the wall in center. And Braun pulls the Brewers within 1.
Well, it's like a 2-iron out of here, wasn't it?
Wow.
Boy, that ball didn't get very high in the air. And not a bad pitch by Watson. That ball was down. Watch Braun go down and get it. And hit a bullet out of here to center field. Check it out. Yeah, breaking pitch, a slider. Wasn't down as much as I thought. Nice easy swing, but I'll tell you, a line drive. The only question is it high enough to get out of here? And it was. Boy, he's got some leverage when he swings that bat, that big 35-inch bat.
Braun last night going to center, left center, you could say there. Gomez drilling one last night. Here's Ramirez, a fly ball to left. Marte makes the catch. 2 men out.
Ramirez just missed that one. You can't hit him much harder than that. I mean, that's a line drive that barely made it over that fence.
So the Brewers keep punching. Down now just 1, 7-6. Jonathan Lucroy with 2 men out. Lucroy is doubled. He is also singled. A 1-strike pitch. Sometimes, or usually with home runs, most of the time you measure the distance. This one they measured the time. It took 4.1 seconds for Braun's shot to clear the fence.
Yeah, not very long, is it?
That's getting out of here in a hurry. One and 2 to Lucroy. We're on the second Brewer to go deep tonight. Mark Reynolds bid one out in the 4th. Lucroy with a smash down the line, a fair ball. Lucroy takes the turn at first, on his way to second. Marte digging it out of the corner, and it's a stand-up double for Jonathan Lucroy.
He's hot tonight. That's his 3rd double of the game. And just seems like he's sitting on everything very well, waiting back, and Lucroy able to hook that one down the line. So Watson, who is really off to a good start this year, getting a lot of the plate with his pitches. 2nd hit, both for extra bases, and this is a double for Lucroy with 2 outs. Turning around a mid-90s fastball.
So an RBI chance for Chris Davis. He has driven in a run tonight. That was in the 2nd inning. The Brewers touching up Tony Watson, the third Pirates pitcher tonight. It's both teams productive with runners in scoring position in this game.
Yeah, 7 for 16, not bad between the two teams.
Big cut and a miss. A 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Here comes the 1-1. Watson is bringing it.
Yeah, 96 up there. Not much chance. The damage that the Brewers have done on the fastball tonight have all come around down low in the zone. Tough to catch up to that one around the letters.
Lucroy off the bag at second. Davis trying to pick him up. And down he goes. Brewers get a run back. Ryan Braun going deep for the fourth time this year. 4.1 seconds. All it took. Bat to over the wall. And the Brewers are within one. Of the seventh we go. Zubapalooza is back. Cheer on the Brew Crew in style in your brand new Zubas pants. Friday, May 30th, as the Brewers battle the Chicago Cubs to get your very own Brewers Zubas pants. Reserve your spot at brewers.com/special events.
You still have Zubas in your closet. I know you do.
Yeah, I do.
I don't know for a fact, but I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I know I do.
It'll come back. They always comes back, right?
Hold on to it long enough.
You just stay ahead of the curve and looking cool. That's all.
That's right.
Jose Tabata leading things off. Those bad boys, those Zuba pants, that was the deal back a few years ago, right?
Especially if you had the matching T-shirt.
Oh, absolutely. Tabata 2 for 3. He has scored a run.
Just to let you know, we have to wear those that day. They give them away on the air.
Does that mean we don't have to wear a tie, or do we wear the tie?
Oh, no tie.
We do that?
T-shirt, though.
Okay, I got you.
How's the tie thing going for you?
You know what?
I mean, you're not. It's not something you're used to.
There are a lot of things I'm adjusting to here in the last few days, and it only takes me 10 minutes to get that that bad boy taken care of, as opposed to 20 on Thursday. So baby steps.
Right.
It's my world.
It's a nice knot.
Finally got rid of the clip-ons. For now.
This weather gets real hot.
Yeah. I've been warned about that.
Yeah.
Going to some of those locations, St. Louis, D.C., among others. Tabata strikes out.
And nice slider from Wooten that time. Check it out. You see the spin on it off the outside corner, and Tabata just waves at it. He was able to get that first out of the inning. First two outs haven't really been a problem. It's been that third out for the Brewers.
They've retired the Pirates in order. Just 2 innings, 1 and 3, and a pitching change here in Pittsburgh. And we'll be back to tell you about it right after this. Marshfield Clinic shining moments of the game. Jonathan Lucroy with not 1, not 2, but 3 doubles in this game tonight. As the Brewers catcher, who had the night off last night, has helped his team in a big way here this evening.
That's setting the table, and Lucroy has got 5 hits in this series so far. He's played in 2 games, 2 hits on Thursday and 3 tonight.
New pitcher on the mound for the Brewers, the left-hander Zach Duke.
And Duke in game number 9, a .318 earned run average. And last pitched on Thursday, 2/3 of an inning of scoreless baseball. He got a left-hander in Ike Davis up, and followed by a switch hitter in Neil Walker.
So Rob Wooten goes an inning and a third, gives up 2 hits, a run, and he strikes out 3, including Jose Tabata to start the bottom of the 7th. Matt Garza went 5. So Duke, the 3rd Brewers pitcher tonight. And a very good debut for Ike Davis. His first game as a Pirate. He has reached all 3 trips, 2 hits and a walk.
That's the way you want to start, right? In front of the home crowd.
With friends in a hurry.
First impressions, important. It's been a good one so far.
A ball, 2 strikes. Davis, that prototypical platoon player, doesn't face right-handed pitching very much, and when he goes up against lefties, he is hitless in 4 trips. Make it 5.
That's a nice slider by Zach Duke. Boy, he's been very good against lefties so far this year. He's got that release point. He's dropped down a little bit from his younger days, and because of that, he's been effective in retiring left-handed batters. He'll stay in against the switch hitter Walker, who is much better from the left side of the plate.
Brewers pitching has recorded 6 strikeouts now. And this is lifted into right. Ryan Braun with plenty of room. And it is a 1-2-3 inning. We are through 7 in a 1-run game in Pittsburgh. Toyota game summary: 7-10-0 for the Pirates, 6-10-1 for the Brewers. Brewers showing some power. Reynolds and Braun with solo homers, and the bottom of the order is productive here for the Pirates tonight. A couple of pinch hits in there. Travis Snyder and Jordy Mercer. The big 4-run or 5-run fourth is the difference. And on the mound for the Pirates is Mark Melancon.
Yeah, Clint Hurdle is right where he wants to be. This was a winning combination last year. Melancon in the 8th. Jason Grilli, his closer, in the 9th. Melancon pitched in the Pirates' victory on Thursday to a scoreless inning, struck out a batter. Brewers got to him back at Miller Park. Appearance number 9 for Mark Melancon.
And as a Pirate, he loves pitching here. 43 games, 42 and a third innings. His ERA is 1.05.
A good place to pitch.
It is.
And it is. Big alleys. Ball doesn't carry very well.
Mark Reynolds. Has homered, has popped to first, drew a walk his last trip in the 6th. That will carry foul and out of play. 0-2.
And Melancon with a four-seamer. He'll sink it, he'll cut it, and an occasional slider. Brewers hit him up for a run on 3 hits back at Miller Park, and other than that, throughout the last couple of years, Melancon hadn't given up much to Milwaukee.
1-2 to Reynolds as Scooter Gennett waits on deck. A pinch hit for Ricky Weeks. Reynolds down on strikes. It gets away from Martin, but he'll throw on to first, where Davis will tap the bag. Out number 1. Let's check in again with Sophia Minert.
Matt, now on FoxSportsWisconsin.com, you can view a photo gallery and read Andrew Grumman's analysis from tonight's game. And Jesse Temple also reports from the Badgers spring football game, and you can read the latest top 10 tweets from Wisconsin area athletes. And Matt, maybe have you gotten a report on the Badgers spring football game yet?
I was there, but I will get the report just to confirm what I saw. But I was there 1 week ago today. But nobody got hurt. That's the best news that any college football coach wants out of a spring football game. I promised, but then I backed off that I wasn't going to, bury you in Badger news.
Well, you've been asked.
But
twice.
I have been asked, so I will respond.
I did it once, and now Sophia, so it's not your fault.
But Gary Anderson, second-year head coach, a great guy, and a lot of new faces on that team. They graduated a lot of seniors, very productive seniors off that Badger football team. Tanner McAvoy getting a lot of work at quarterback. Joel Stavi, if they played today and he was healthy and ready to go, I think the feeling is Stavi would be the guy, but they shut him down, got hurt in the bowl game, and was off and on in spring drills. And the final week of practice, they said, hey, just sit back, get yourself healthy. Tanner McAvoy, young man, can run. Be a little competition there.
That's a pretty good scouting report.
And that is your Badger Sports Report right here on Fox Sports Wisconsin, ladies and gentlemen.
Well done. Well done.
Now back to current events in baseball. Here's Scooter Gennett with a roller over to second, and there are 2 men out.
Well, a couple of sliders by Melanson, getting a couple of outs. He got Reynolds on a slider and Scooter Gennett on a breaking pitch.
And Ron Henneke will go to his bench again, and Leon Herrera will pinch hit. He appeared last night and made a very nice catch out in left, a rolling catch. Maybe a bit of a gamble, but it worked. He made a nice play.
Man, for a guy that hasn't played a lot of outfield, that was a key play in the game last night. That ball gets by him. Trouble for Milwaukee, but he dove, he caught it, and ended up being a nice play.
Herrera down 0-2. Melanson is ready, and Herrera stays in there. The 0-2. And that is strike 3 swinging. Watson will have to throw him out. He does. And the Brewers are out 1, 2, 3. Move to the bottom of the 8th. Pirates 7, Brewers 6. pinch hit for Ricky Weeks. Stays in the game. Handle things at second base. As Jim Henderson now on the mound for Milwaukee.
Yeah, Jim Henderson appeared in last night's ball game. Got out of a big mess. And that was back in the. That was actually the 5th inning. And throwing the baseball much better as of late.
Henderson in for Zach Duke, who worked 2/3 of an inning.
That was actually in the 8th inning for Henderson. My mistake.
There was a lot that went on last night. A crazy and a fun ball game. Clint Barmes 0-1. Make it 0-2.
The 5th inning, Kyle Lowe's pitched into the 7th inning, so the 8th inning, Brewers in trouble, and Henderson able to get out of it with a big strikeout and a pop-up.
Last night's game had just about everything, but as soon as you say that, there'll be a game maybe tonight or sometime soon where you're going to see something else.
Yeah.
The beauty of baseball.
That's why you come to the ballpark. You never know what you're going to see.
Yeah.
It's never the same game 2 days in a row.
And Barmes is out on strikes. That is the 7th strikeout for Brewers pitching. Look at what Jim Anderson did last night with the heat on.
Yep, got the strikeout, and then with the bases loaded, the pop-up, and was able to keep the Brewers' lead intact. Henderson's starting to put it together. Had a rough outing back on the homestand, but other than that, this season his velocity's back. He's starting to get more confident with his breaking pitch. He's touched 95 a number of times out there on the mound.
See Gabby Sanchez with a pinch hit opportunity. He had started at first each of the last 5 games. He was 0 for 4 last night. But he homered on Thursday, his first home run at home in a calendar year. Henderson behind 3-0.
That'd be a nice platoon for the Pirates. Got Sanchez against lefties, Ike Davis against the right-handers. Sanchez has always been pretty good against lefties.
Strike to Gabby Sanchez.
And then when they don't start, 2 pretty good pinch hitters.
Brewers trying to keep this close at the top of the order in the 9th. Full count to Sanchez. Top of the Pirates order, Starling Marte on deck. Sanchez hangs in there.
Everything on the inside part of the plate, on the corner. Good location for Henderson with the fastball. Doesn't want to allow Sanchez to get those arms out. Don't want to get the arms extended.
Look at Marte as Henderson gets ready for the payoff. It was popped up. Shallow right center. Gomez, 2 men out.
Good job crowding with that heat.
Brewers pitching. Getting into a little bit of a rhythm. 6 straight retired. by Brewers pitching. Combo of Rob Wooten, Zach Duke, and now Jim Henderson.
Well, he had one bad inning, and it was defense that didn't help.
Oh, an error charge to Ricky Weeks, a play that was a tough play. Ramos Ramirez unable to backhand a ground ball. A couple of walks in there as well, and the Pirates put 5 on the board in the 4th. It's part of that long stretch of games for the Pirates. Almost the entire month of April against nothing but Central Division opponents. Marte well hit to left field, a base hit. And with 2 men out, Marte is now the runner at first.
And now you have to deal with a tough part of this lineup. 2 outs, nobody on. How many times have we seen it tonight? Pirates mount a rally.
Russell Martin. At the plate.
He's done it 3 times, 2 outs and nobody on. They've been able to get runs in 3 different innings.
Henderson trying to stop that trend. Marte on the move. The pitch is taken, and there will be no throw.
Big lead, high leg kick for Henderson, and no throw by Lucroy.
It's the 7th stolen base this season for Marte. He has been caught just 1 time. 2 balls, no strikes to Russell Martin.
Actually 2 different innings, not 3, that they have been able to score with 2 outs and nobody on.
In the 2nd and the 5th. A check swing back to the mound, and that will do it for the Pirates in the 8th. Last chance for the Brewers. Need 1 to tie, 2 to take the lead. Time for our non-stoppable play, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Hard to stop these shots. Mark Reynolds a solo blast, and then a laser off the bat of Ryan Braun. 2 solo homers for the Brewers here, and see if they have 1 or 2 more in them. It's going to be a tall order as the Pirates turn to their closer and one of the best in the business in Jason Grilli.
Yeah, 33 saves a year ago in 54 games. He missed considerable amount of time at the end of last year. Mark Melancon filled in nicely. 4 for 5 in save opportunities in his 7th game. First time he's faced the Brewers this year. That's always good news. That means the Brewers have had some success.
Yeah, they've been able to avoid him. Non-save situation obviously on Thursday night, but the Brewers until now have been able to avoid Grilli, who had a terrific April in 2013, had 10 saves in that month alone. A year ago, Carlos Gomez, top of the order here for the Brewers in the 9th inning. Gomez, Segura, and Braun. Carlos looking for his first hit. Will go all the way to the backstop.
Hey, before last year, the most saves that Grilli had ever been able to get in the big leagues. Check it out, 2.
Wow.
Became the closer, did a heck of a job last year. Off to a good start this year.
And when he had some trouble with forearm tightness, Mark Melancon stepped in and filled that role very well. So now you got the setup man closer combo of Melancon. He worked the 8th, and tonight he turns it over to Jason Grilli. And Gomez strikes out swinging. Oh, no, he doesn't. That's 2-2. Out of count, right?
Yeah, pretty good fastball right there, up in the strike zone, and Gomez trying to tie it up. He does have a home run off of Jason Grilli.
I got way ahead of myself. Let's give Gomez a chance here. 2-2 the count. Now he goes down swinging.
Got him at the breaking pitch. Fastball in the low 90s, 94 miles an hour, and that slider to go with it. Look at the location of the breaking ball. Off the outside corner. But Gomez did have a good pitch to hit. He missed it.
Gene Segura with 1 out. Out in front and does not get it. Segura down 0-2. Pirates were one of the better teams in the league last year. 1-run games, winning 29 of them. Big factor in this Pirates team getting into the postseason. Two-strike pitch to Gene Segura. And a line drive and a base hit over the outstretched glove of Barmes. And the Brewers have the tying run aboard.
And the home run hitter's coming up. Well, that's a nice at bat by Segura. Breaking pitch by Grilli. Same pitch that he threw to Gomez to strike him out. Nice short stroke. Didn't overswing, and just out of the reach of Barmes, it's short. So the go-ahead run trots to home plate and Ryan Braun.
It's been a good night for Ryan. That solo blast in the 7th. Let's see if he has a 2-run shot in him here in the 9th. This is what you call a big-on-big matchup. Grilli versus Braun. And that is hit in the air to center. McCutchen going back at the wall. Gone! Ryan Braun, a 2-run blast, and the Brewers take the lead.
Wow. Well, just like that, Segura with a base hit. You set the table for Braun, and he takes the fastball out of here to center field. His second home run. Both of them coming to center field. Wow.
Yes, sir. Ryan Braun, his 20th career multi-homer game.
A first pitch fastball by Grilli, and he knocked it out of here. And you have to hit him to get it out to center field. Well, he hits him in bunches. Maybe he's on a roll now. 2 tonight, 3 in Philly, and he's got 5.
Ryan Braun gives the Brewers an 8-7 lead. I'd like to tack on a little more. Aramis Ramirez. An RBI single in the third. His 12th hit this season with a runner in scoring position. And that hit him. Look out. That got him on the arm. And he's going to need a second or so.
Trying to come up and in, not allowing the Brewers to get their arms extended, and Grilli not even close. Got him right on the back arm. Right on the forearm. Didn't hit the elbow. That's a good thing, but that's still going to hurt.
And Aramis is going to take that slow walk on to first. He will play on. Jonathan Lucroy to the plate, so the Brewers have hurt Jason Grilli, and then Grilli with a pitch that catches Ramirez on the arm. Lucroy with 3 doubles in this game. Pitch, and that's hit in the air to right. Tabata, edge of the track. 2 men out.
Segura with a base hit on the breaking pitch. There's a fastball in. You can see where Russell Martin is setting up. He wants it inside. I don't think he got it in as much as he wanted to, and Braun gets good extension on it, and I think Brawny right away knew he hit that one out. That's the home run try. You see him tugging at the jersey?
Yeah. So that felt good.
That means that's a homer.
All 5 of his home runs on the road. And this was a big one. Chris Davis. Run scoring single for him back in inning number 2. Is popped up foul territory, and that's going to carry into the seats. Looking ahead of the Pirates half of the 9th, it will be McCutchen, Alvarez, and Tabata. It won't be easy.
Well, it's the same group that K-Rod had to deal with last night.
Davis a smash, but foul. Ryan Braun, a 2-run homer with 1 out in the 9th, has given the Brewers an 8-7 lead. This is popped up, and Alvarez in foul grounds. Side retired. A big night for the Brewers. Ryan Braun goes deep with a man aboard. We move to the bottom of the ninth. Brewers 8, Pirates 7. To the bottom of the ninth. The Brewers turn it over to Francisco Rodriguez in our Columbia St. Mary's save tracker. 5 for K-Rod. And if he can get to number 6, he'll tie Goose Gossage on the all-time saves list at 310.
It has not allowed an earned run yet this year. 5 for 5 in save opportunities. Last night came in the ninth and walked the first batter that he faced. Incredible defense by Mark Reynolds. Saved the game for Milwaukee. And he has got the heart and soul of this batting order that he has to go through here tonight.
Andrew McCutchen, Pedro Alvarez, and Jose Tabata. Rodriguez trying to close it out for the second straight night. And McCutchen swings and does not get it.
Frankie struck out McCutchen in last night's ball game. Got him on a changeup.
McCutchen an RBI double in the 6th. He's also walked. Balls, 1 strike. Another good one. The Brewers and the Pirates had a wild one last night and entertaining encounter here tonight.
Yeah, right down to the end. That's the way you like them.
A bouncer to third. Ramirez. 1 out.
Frankie doing a good job getting in on his hands that time, not allowing him to get the bat head out. And got the leadoff hitter. Was not able to do that last night. Walked Russell Martin.
Pedro Alvarez. Hitless in 4 trips. And he gets hit. bat number 5. 1 out, 1 on.
And just tried to overthrow the slider, and they're not even close. Gets him on the front foot, the toe. So tying run at first, go-ahead run or winning run at home plate.
Jose Tabata. Ball 1. Tabata with a couple of hits, scored a run in the 4th. That was a 5-run 4th inning for the Pirates.
Keep an eye on Alvarez. I mean, the Brewers throw him out in this series, but he will trick you. He will take off if you don't keep an eye on him.
He has 2 stolen bases in 3 attempts. There's a ground ball to second. Jeanette lets do Segura for 1 on to first, and that's a double play, and that will wrap it up in Pittsburgh. 4-6-3 as the Brewers, courtesy of a Ryan Braun 2-run homer in the 9th, get the win. Francisco Rodriguez the save.
And talk about playing your defense perfectly. Jeanette positioned perfectly and an easy double play, and Mark Reynolds with a big stretch. How about that snatch and back partner?
Big time, and with that save, Rodriguez in the top 20 all-time in career saves with 310. Ryan Braun with the 2-homer game, including the 2-run bomb in the 9th off of Jason Grilli, as the Brewers get their 2nd win out of 3 against the Pirates in this 4-game series.
So the Brewers in back-to-back nights have been able to overcome some shoddy defense and win games on the road. That speaks volumes for the character of this ball club.
This continues to be such a fun team to watch. Let's go down to the field. Sophia Minard standing by with Ryan Braun.
Ryan, congratulations. Your 20th career multi-home run game against Jason Grilli, one of the toughest closers a year ago. What did you see from him that first pitch?
You know, he's been one of the best closers in baseball, best relievers in baseball over the last few years. It's going to be a challenging at-bat, so first chance that I get to see a pitch that's hittable. Try to put a good swing on it, and I was able to do that tonight.
2 hits for you in the series in the previous 2 games, 3 tonight. What was the difference in your approach at the plate?
No difference, just kind of grinding physically, hoping for the best, and just embracing the challenge of playing a tough team like this.
The team overcomes 4 errors for the win last night. You've overcome a 5-run inning tonight. How has this team just continued to find ways to win?
Well, it's very encouraging. We really haven't played very well the last 2 nights, made a lot of mistakes. Good teams find a way to win games they're not supposed to win, and really the last 2 nights we've been able to do that. So very exciting moving forward.
All right, thanks, Ryan, for your time. And Jeff, Ryan Braun with his 20th career multi-home run game. The Brewers come away with this one, 8-7.